Hello people, you are welcome to our today's lesson. In our today's lesson, we're going to be discussing what are the types of tuberculosis in the human body. What are the types of tuberculosis in the human body? At the end of this lesson, I'm going to be showing some pictures or some diagram of each types of tuberculosis that affect the human body. Before I go further, I would like to still define what is tuberculosis. And I define tuberculosis as an airborne disease or infection that affect the lungs or any part of the body caused by microbacterium, and that is spread through coughing, sneezing, spitting, or inhaling a contaminated air from an infected individual. We have two types of tuberculosis. We have the pulmonary tuberculosis and we have the extra pulmonary tuberculosis. The pulmonary tuberculosis is a kind of tuberculosis that affects only the lungs, while the extra pulmonary tuberculosis is a kind of tuberculosis that affects other parts of the organs or system in the human body. Now, under the extra pulmonary tuberculosis, we have what we call lymphatic TB. Lymphatic tuberculosis is a kind of tuberculosis that affects the lymph node, and that can result to pain, swelling, and other signs. Then we have skeletal tuberculosis. Skeletal TB is a kind of tuberculosis that affects the joint or the bones, and that can result to pain or swelling in any part of the body. Then we have genitourinary tuberculosis. It's a kind of tuberculosis that affects the kidney or the bladder or the reproductive organ in the human body, and that can result to blood in the urine, painful urination, or abdominal pain. Then we have the abdominal TB. This is the kind of tuberculosis that affects the organs such as the intestine. We have the large and the small intestine, so it affects both the large and the small intestine. Then we have what we call the spleen, and that can result to what we call weight loss or diarrhea in the human body. Then we have the central nervous system tuberculosis. This is the kind of tuberculosis that affects the brain and the spinal cord, and that can result into headache, a severe headache, or confusion. Then we have the pericardial tuberculosis. The pericardial tuberculosis is the kind of tuberculosis that affects what we call the pericardium. The pericardium is a lining or the layer or the first layer of the heart. It affects it, and that can result into inflammation, chest pain, shortness of breath, or fluid accumulation around the heart. Then we have the miliary TB or tuberculosis. This is a kind of tuberculosis that affects the bloodstream. I just want you to know that tuberculosis weakens our immune system, and so whatsoever thing that affects our immune system affects our health, because our immune system helps in fighting what we call any infection or disease in our body. Please, I urge you, whenever you are having any problem, I urge you to go to the hospital for proper diagnosis and management. Thank you very much for watching. In our next lesson, we're going to discuss what are the signs and symptoms of tuberculosis. Bye, stay tuned. This your grace, oh, in